My name's Adam Manaka and I'm the Financial Controller for Hi-Tech Oils. With our national capacity, we can now service Australian companies nationwide. Of late, we have now expanded into the New Zealand market. Here at Hi-Tech Oils, we receive premium base oils and premium additive packs. Together, with our highly trained staff, we manufacture over 500 premium quality products. Hi-Tech Oils is Australian made and Australian owned.
The world's elite motorcycle riders are back. Welcome to the first round of this year's Trial GP. It's Campeador in Spain that once again hosts the opener. It's been an eventful time since Tony picked up that incredible 11th Trial GP World title. And he's back to defend his title on his trusty Honda. Let's meet the man who's remained unbeaten for over a decade.
Tony, Bow, Repsol Montesa Honda team, #1. I start because my father riding to trial. When I have 4 years for my birthday, I ride my first bike and when I start the trial. I love because this sport is my passion. I love to training, and this is the more important point for me. Yes, every year is more difficult to take the motivation because when take the title, you're working for the same season maximum. I think it's a very dangerous rider because I have an incredible talent. Last year I finished the last 3 or 4 races in the podium, fighting for the win every race. For sure, it's the young rider more strong for the moment, and I think it's for the future the good battle with him.
Qualifying for this opening round served up a feast of trials action. It's one section ridden against the clock to decide the start order of Sunday's Trial GP. The youngsters from the Trial 125 class were first on the steep section, and in a final analysis it was the young Frenchman Arthur Rovery who smoked his rivals with this fast and clean run. That means the Sherco rider starts last in tomorrow's Trial GP proper, giving him a massive advantage. In Trial 2, the pace was blistering. Mark Rieber threw down the gauntlet and chucked everything at it. While Britain's Toby Martin, historically always quick in quali, continued where he left off last season, with a full speed attack of the section that would put him second fastest on his new Montesa. But it was Frenchman Loris Goubian who took top honours in Trial 2. He fired his gas to a scorching time of 23.69 seconds, a full 1.3 seconds faster than his nearest rival to take a deserved victory in qualification. The former Trial GP rider well happy with that. Expectant crowd waited for the Premier class, the Trial GP riders, and they weren't disappointed. With the advantage of going last up for grabs in Sunday's trial proper, there was no holding back. Jaime Busto tackles it, moved from the Honda team, teammates with Tony Bow last year, to become the #1 rider on the Gas team. A man tipped to be the next big thing. In trials, he's there already. Blistering time for him, 29.78 for Jaime Busto. And with some big names left to come, Busto's puzzling if that will be good enough. James Dable from Barnsley in the UK. Back on a beater. 3 different manufacturers' bikes in 3 years for James Dable, but he looks more settled on this beater than we've seen him in recent times. Almost winning the Scottish 6-day trial recently. Actually, a rear tyre coming off the rim Coming between him and the win. Oh, on the sump there, that's cost him a little bit of time. Dibbs would have been looking for more at the end of that section. It's a 32.82, over 3 seconds slower than Busto. Adam RAGA, the undisputed world number 2. He's been actually 6 times world champion, indoor and out. Before the reign, though, of TONI Bow, still to come in this qualification round. So Adam RAGA on the TRS. What can he make it do here? Knows as well as anyone else the importance of a late number. In Sunday's trial, the sections will get cleaned as riders go through them, and therefore they should get easier. RAGA crosses the line at a 30.58 to see him go 3rd in qualification. Having beaten one of his biggest rivals, Jaime Busto manages a smile and a wink. Well, this might be his biggest rival. The undisputed king of trials fires down there, and a mistake from Bo on that right-hander. And the observer there holding one finger up, so Bo's foot has hit the ground, and that is going to cost him. It doesn't matter how fast he goes now, he can't beat the riders that have gone through this section unpenalised. So for TONI Bow, it's going to be a 30.2, 1 mark lost. That will see Tony leave the start earlier than he would have liked in Sunday's Trial GP. From one Spanish trials legend to another. From Tarragona in Catalonia, Albert Cabestany on the beater after spending 13 years on Sherco. He's now saying he's the happiest he has ever been on a motorcycle, loving the new bike. Cabestany then, a little bit battling towards the end of this section. Cabestany comes out and crosses the line with a 30.2, the same time as TONI Bow, but unpenalised. He'll go 2nd, but it's Jaime Busto who wins qualification and starts last on Sunday. Sunday's Trial GP, it's 2 laps of 15 sections. In those sections, the riders are penalised for mistakes. The name of the game is to keep your feet up and keep that bike moving forwards. This is 15-year-old Hugo de Vries, who was ranked 8th in last year's Trial 125 and got his 2018 campaign off to a great start. Meanwhile, Britain's Billy Green arrived in a section with no penalty marks, but picked up a 5 here where so many of the riders were struggling with these incredibly slippery conditions. A lot more to play for this year as well in Trial 125, now that this class has been given FIM World Championship status. Martin Riobo was the next to have an all-out attack at this massive slippery step, and it's a 5 for him as well for ceasing forward motion, as well as falling off his bike. Fabian Poirot on his gas made better work of it, actually getting up there for 3 dabs. Having been fastest in qualification, Arthur Rovery earned the advantage of going last, and the sections should be at their grippiest. Not much grip there. He does push out for a 3 though, just, which would see him finish 3rd overall. By the end of lap 1, Britain's Billy Green had built a really healthy 8-point advantage over his nearest rival. This brilliant ride here, seeing him lose just 1 mark. Lap 2, the rains came in, changing the sections for the worse. And like many, Martin Riobo struggled, but despite this 5, great riding overall gave the Spanish rider an excellent 2nd place at his home trial. It was, though, Billy Green who reigned supreme in the rain in Spain. With only 13 marks scored on his 2nd lap, he earned a very comfortable victory, finishing a full 19 marks clear of 2nd place. A great start to the campaign for the 16-year-old Brit. After finishing second in last year's series. It's a dominating victory at round one, 19 points ahead of his nearest rival.
It means a lot. Obviously, the championship, it's good points, but just it's good to be a positive start to the season.
Watch out for fastest qualifier, new to the series, Arthur Rovery there in third. 5 Spanish packing out that top 10. Trial 2 is guaranteed a new world champion in 2018, with last year's winner, Ewan Roberts, having moved up to the GP class. Coming down from Trial GP, though, is Italy's Matteo Grattarola. He finished 10th in Trial GP last season and got off to a cracking start in Trial 2, with just 3 marks collected on the entire first lap. Britain's Toby Martin was another to make a great start. The hard-charging youngster cleaned all of the first 6 sections to put himself in contention. A few slips, though, on lap 2 meant he would ultimately finish a fine 4th place. Having been fastest in qualification, former Trial GP rider Loris Gubian picked up 5 marks here in what was proven to be a tough Section 6. It would drop him out of the top half dozen. While Britain's Jack Peace was handling the conditions without too many problems, he would finish lap 1 in a brilliant 2nd place. Gubian, though, dug deep on lap 2 and steadily climbed the leaderboard. This clean run on section 11 of lap 2 was indicative of the Frenchman's commitment in the rain. Peace also seemed to relish the conditions. Just 1 mark here added to a 2nd lap total of 16 marks. 1 point less than Gubian to steal 2nd place. But it was Grattarola who stole the show. He cleaned 12 of the 15 sections on lap 2 to give the 30-year-old a winning margin of 14 marks and to take a deserved Trial 2 World Championship victory. The 8-time Italian champion then leading things after round 1, taking his first ever Trial 2 win.
Today is very good race for me. It's the first race in Trial 2. Is very happy.
Very happy he should be. Maselli and Moret, 2nd and 3rd respectively in last year's Trial 2 World Championship, have got a little bit to do after this opening round.
Adam Raga, number 67, and the team is TRS team. I started in trial for my father. He introduced me from very young, before that 3 years old, on the motorbike. I still have the bike. I have all my bikes, 1 from each season. In my home I have more than 35 bikes. Yes, we've been pushing very strong to TONI, and I think both we get a very high level, and it's very difficult to beat him because he's always in a fantastic condition. We'll try again this year to fight and to be very regular. Every year is more difficult for me. I'm getting 1 year older, but I still work a lot and try to make the things better. So this winter we've been working a lot on the bike, also on the physical training and in the normal training. So we feel ready to go and start the fight.
Is this the year that Adam Raga can wrestle the Trials World Championship crown from perennial holder Tony Bowe? We'll find out over the 240 sections that will make up this 2018 season. But they've all got to beat this man, the 23-time world champion, Tony Bowe. Last year's Trial 2 world champion, Ewan Roberts, makes his debut in the Premier class. Plenty of team changes in the winter as well. Abbott Karbastani leaves Sherco for Beta and is joined by James Daybill, who gets off a gas. Jorge Casales switches from beta to become the top man at Vertigo. With Fajardo leaving Vertigo to go to Gas, where he is joined by perhaps Tony Bow's biggest competitor, Jaime Busto, off the factory Honda and back on a Spanish brand. We join the action on section 6 of lap 1, where this massive challenge awaits. Here's James Dable then, fighting for grip. Not enough speed to get him up that huge step at the end there. Japan's Takahisa Fujinami starts the season carrying an injury. Oh, well, he was all wrong before that step and he knew better than to go at it. 5 for Fujigas. Here's Fajardo. Oh, front wheel under it. Working so hard to get the timing as they come up to this step. And that is Albert Cabastani failing as well. Got faith in his mind, as I'll give him that. And here's Bow. Even Bow has to put it on the sump and use his toes to get over. But Bow is up. Makes light work of the end of the section. What a ride. On the Vertigo, Jorge Casales! Oh, tears on the edge of disaster! And pulls it up that step for clean, incredible. Casales looking at home on the Vertigo already. Oh, hidden by that tree, but it's feet up for Casales. And here's Jaime Busto! And he gets it all wrong on that run up. Mistimed that. So this is section 8, where so far everyone in the Trial GP class has failed. The rocks are so slippery here, and you can see the advantage of a late number as those rear tyres spin and literally clean the rocks. Fujinami in trouble again. Perhaps that shoulder bothering him. Fajardo actually comes into this section lying third, so a big one for him. On the gas, goes up a gear. Full power. No! There is no traction on these grips whatsoever. Jorge Casales. Oh! New line up the side of the stream there, but it didn't work out for him. Here's Adam Raga on the TRS. What can he do? Gets it straight. Oh my goodness! Sends himself into orbit. A lot of leg work, but Raga is up and out. Here's Jaime Busto. Working to line that gas up. It's going to be full throttle any second now. Oh, when it comes to the big stuff, Busto has it. Beautifully up there. And now here comes the master. No sign of that broken back from February bothering him. Dancing that Honda up this stream, the 4-stroke. Wait for it. Oh, that was unbelievable. Bow finding grip where no one else can. At the end of lap 1, Tony Bow is 12 points ahead of his closest rival and teammate from last year, Jaime Busto, with impressive riding from Jorge Casales on the Vertigo in third. Jeroni Fajardo is fourth. Who says it never rains in Spain? As it did a year ago, the heavens have opened on Camprodon, turning an already difficult trial to a much more difficult one. Lap 2. And Bow actually has suffered 2 5s in a row coming into this section. He won't want Jaime Busto to get any closer. Busto in second place at the end of lap 1. You know it's hard when Bow has to put a big foot down to get the bike out of the ends cards. Jorge Casales embroiled in a battle for third place at the moment with Fajardo. Making light work of that big step. Oh, beautiful out the end. Well, a stunning ride. Who's this with the revs? Fajardo. Now riders are penalised for putting their feet down A mark lost each time a foot hits the ground, up to a maximum of 3, but a 5, a fail, is if the observer who watches over these riders through these sections like a hawk deems that bike to have ceased forward motion, amongst other things. Big crashes, leaving the course will also get you the maximum. So, Fajardo going for that last, oh, his chain's off, so after all that hard work, it will be a 5. Adam Raga, the only man to beat Toni Bow in the 2017 World Championship. Took 2 wins away from him. And actually, he'll have just seen Fajardo take that 5 on this one. So if he can get through it, he can pull back some marks, and he does. Looked like one dab for Raga on there. It's going to help him into 3rd place. Here's Jaime Busto getting all out of shape on the early part of the section. Busto really trying to put the pressure on Toni Bow, holds it there, goes again. Oh my word. So much drive off that rock. So, towards the end of the trial, section 12 causing all sorts of problems. Fujinami. Much steeper than it looks. 2016 Trial 2 World Cup winner, Jack Price. Should be good in the mud, doesn't mean he enjoys it. Not many riders actually getting out of this section, footing hard for a 3. Worth it as well. He would finish the day in 9th, matching his best ever Trial GP finish. James Doble is a man who can excel in the wet conditions. Made that look so easy. One dab there. And this would actually be the best ride by anyone on this section. Seeing Dibbs finish the day in 6th place. Adam Raga showing no signs of a surgery he had in March on his arm. Looks to be back to full health. Oh, the back wheel digs in, the minder touches the bike, that's a fail. Still sees him 5th on the day. Jorge Casales still battling with Fajardo for that last podium spot. Big dab there, much needed though. Actually never made the top 3 in a Trial GP. And another dab there, and another one. Well, he wouldn't today either. 4th for Casales. The move to gas for this man has been a good one. Looking at 3rd place today. Gironi Fajardo with riding like that. Beautiful. Oh! Holding on there as hard as he can, but the foot's down. Oh, Fajardo. Getting a bit of bother at the end of the section there. And here is Jaime Busto with a different line up the first part of this section. He is pushing Bow every inch of the way on lap 2. Off that Honda that Bow's on, remember, onto this 2-stroke gasser. Certainly going to be Bow's biggest threat this year. Brilliant Busto out of the ends for 2nd place today. Toni Bow, the man who has won every World Championship in and outdoor since 2007, has shown us why there. Another man who can find grip seemingly where others can't. Great to see him recovered from that broken back. 3 vertebrae actually he broke in February. Oh, gets the front hinder, has to shut off, and Bow takes a 5, and he's absolutely livid about it. Well, Bow did the damage on lap 1 though. 97th Trial GP win, just 2 now off the all-time record of Dougie Lampkin.
Yeah, well, I'm very happy. I've been struggling full day today, but at the end, after fighting, I'm very happy to be in the podium. No, it's always good result, and it's nice to start like this season.
Yeah, I'm very happy with the 2nd place in the first season of the year, and many thanks to all the team.
Yeah, after the qualify yesterday, the feeling in the start of the morning is not very good because the first group in the sections is not the best condition. But finally, I have my best riding in the first lap. Incredible feeling in all the lap, and arrive for the time. And finally, it's a very good race for me, and I start the championship.
Takes more than rain in Spain to stop the Spanish. They fill the top 5 spots in Trial GP. James Daybill, the first foreigner, there in 6th place. Can anyone stop this man? Join us next time at Twin Rin Motegi in Japan to find out.